what we have shown at this show, we didn't just get attention. Everyone that came in said you did it.
We've just absolutely, literally blown everybody away.
So 2 words come to mind. One is impressive, and another one is inspirational.
It looks absolutely amazing.
You were absolutely my first stop, and I'm blown away by what you're doing. It's unbelievable.
Almost for me, you see it, and it's one of those where for me you see it and you think, why have we not done this already? Right? This should be ubiquitous everywhere, right?
If you care for your mother or your father in their home and you want them to stay there, this kind of device is what they need.
When we came here in 2019, there was a lot of skepticism. We talked about having a production model ready to go to market for 2020. This is pretty ambitious, and I think a lot of people didn't believe us.
Hi there. Nice to see you again. I'm Addison. Welcome to Addison Care.
Here we are 12 months later. We've brought something here that is 400,000 iterations down the road.
I'm so excited to start working towards your health goals while getting to know each other in the process.
First of all, I like referring to her as her instead of it. There's so much technology here that is impersonal and has no personality, and it's just a box. And as they were demonstrating it, and as you just now called it her and she, and it feels like a family member and a caregiver, and I like that aspect of it.
Addison first, of course, transforms a home for the first time into a smart health home. A system that can assess your health on a 24/7 basis and provide all this extraordinary care from chronic disease management to rehabilitation, behavioral health, overcoming isolation, depression. There's so many things she can do.
You wanted me to tell you when it's time to take your medications. Do you want to take them now?
We've seen people in science, research, and medical and health divisions from Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble.
CES I love, particularly about this. I mean, we sat in a lot of digital health talks yesterday where the theory was taught, right? The theory about, only 20% is compliance with drug. There's another 80% which is about kind of social and interaction and the digital enablers for that. And this nails that, I think, from what I can see. I was super impressed. The other thing I would love to do is, my parents are fit and healthy at the moment, but there will come a time when they're not. I could see this being useful in a clinical setting, but I'd also love to access it, right? I'd love to have the ability to know, is my dad taking his meds? Is my dad up? Is he, you know what I mean? So the ability for me to plug in as well, I think would be super useful.
We've now expanded to about 10 states providing Medicare reimbursed services for remote patient monitoring, and it's all based on the Addison architecture. Her voice, her platforms, her portals, her devices to collect vitals, her medication reminders, and that system is actually part of the step up to getting your 3D, virtual caregiver with some of the visual assessment technologies that are built in.
All of the things that she can answer, the things that she can do for in-home care is something that I've not seen before. I think it absolutely has global application without question.
I don't think there's any question that revolutionizing healthcare in this country is one of the major grand challenges that we will face over the next several decades. Being able to reduce those costs, focus on preventive medicine, especially for elderly care, is enormously, I think, important both for the country, for our economic success, and ultimately for the quality of life that I think we all expect.
It was great this year for people to discover that we were now working with hospitals and providers, and that we had put together a whole service platform and actually we're taking care of thousands of patients that Medicare's reimbursing for. It gave us so much credibility.
We went through a very detailed scrutiny of all the exhibitors here, and we decided to select electronic caregiver as one of the solutions that we had to visit.
I like the broadening out of what you can actually do in terms of, and some of the interactions on, the social stuff beyond just taking medication and monitoring vital signs.
Yeah.
Good, because I know that's a really important part of what you need to do to give good care.
And so we never released and expanded until we were absolutely certain we had redundancy and reliability and patient satisfaction and provider satisfaction. And so now we're in that process of providing the upgrade on an established platform that really has used 90% of Addison and has been fully vetted now. And we're getting great results. We're saving the government a fortune. We're catching things early. We're saving lives. We're, instigating that early intervention.
I think it's a fabulous idea. I think this kind of monitoring is essential for seniors and others with health problems. I just love the kind of interaction that the patient can have with Addison. I've not seen anything else like this out there, so I think it's a really brilliant concept.
The ability for it to follow somebody around and actually be that caregiver that they may need and not have available to them, I think that's revolutionary. The ability to be able to catch a problem before it happens or to save somebody from a fall or a mistaken medication, amazing, absolutely amazing.
We'll be releasing Addison this year, starting in a couple months, into assisted living, into independent adult living environments, and we're going through some cost reduction and some refinements. So we're going to actually improve the quality, bring the costs down, and we're going to do something that nobody expected. We are going to be able to put Addison in the market for our remote patient monitoring solution as part of that Medicare-based remote patient monitoring solution. And once that happens, it's going to be really hard to step into that marketplace and serve providers and patients because we just do so much more.
This is something that you can keep in your home, and your family member can interact with their doctor, they can get their care plans, they can track their data over time, so they can actually understand, doctors can understand exactly how they're doing, not just when they come into the office and they take a one-time blood pressure.
The one thing everybody knew that came through here is we love our customer, we love our patient. We care about doing things that are in their best interest and really helping coordinate that care continuum between provider and family and patient and those that are invested in seeing better outcomes and better adherence.
Even older generations are much more tech savvy. So we were interested in the fact that there were monitors and that it was interactive, and it was a way for adult kids to check in on their elderly parents perhaps and to do reminders, take your blood pressure or take medication.
I think it will improve the seniors' life because sometimes they are just way too alone and they need someone to take care of them. So I think it will be a great help.
You see a doctor when you have an episode. It has to go from episodic to truly predictive and preventable. The only way to do that is in the home, and we built a device to do that.
Now we head out of CES Las Vegas. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not this time, because now we've got a slew of hundreds of updates that are surprises for March, and this entire exhibit in Addison is going to be shown in even more dynamic and extraordinary form with new capabilities, and we're saving the announcement about that until HIMSS 2020.